Hello, good afternoon. I am Dr. Kulu. I am an educator. I am here to talk about differentiation in teaching and learning process. Okay, first, what is differentiation? Differentiating your instruction means for you to teach the same material to all your students using variety of instructional strategies which require you to deliver these lessons at varying levels of difficulty based on the ability of your students. As you can see here, you need to know your learner before you assess the learner, then adjustable assignment, the questioning strategy, and your curriculum approach. Okay, why do we need to differentiate? We need to differentiate our lessons because we have learners with different needs. We have learners that come from different educational backgrounds. We have learners that have different attention spans and interests. We have learners with different language abilities and learners with different cultural backgrounds. All these factors need to be put in place when you're preparing your lesson. Okay, here we are. What do we need to differentiate? We need to differentiate our content. Design your activities for groups of students that covers various levels. The fundamental lesson content that the school has covers the learning area of every child. But there are some students in your class who may be unfamiliar with the concepts you want to teach. There are some students that may have partial mastery of some, and some students may have been already familiar with what you want to teach before the lesson begins. Okay, and you can differentiate your content very well to meet these various levels of children. The next thing here is the process. We need to differentiate how we want to pass this content across to the children. Each child has a preferred learning style, and successful differentiation includes you delivering lessons based on each style. For example, we have the visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and the read and write learners. So your process of delivering lessons must be based on these styles of learning. Each child learning that each child is at. For example, you can provide textbooks for visual and read and write learners. You can allow auditory learners to listen to audiobooks. You can give the kinesthetic learners the opportunity to complete an interactive assignment online. The next thing here we need to differentiate is our products. The product is the outcome of what you have taught your children. This is what the students will create at the end of each lesson to demonstrate the mastery of the content. You can differentiate the end product of a lesson by asking the read and write learners to write a book report. Then you can also give the visual learners to create a graphic representation of what is learnt. Then the auditory learners should give an oral report, and you can also ask the kinesthetic learners to build a diorama to illustrate what has been taught. The next thing here is the learning environment, where the children need to carry out their learning perfectly. The condition for optimal learning include both physical and psychological elements. So a flexible classroom layer is key. You need to put various types of furniture and arrangements to support both the individual and the group work. All right, here we have how we can differentiate. How can you differentiate? We can differentiate based on the learner's interest, based on the learner's profile, and based on the learner's readiness. Every learners have interest. Every learners have a learning profile, what they have been through the years and how ready they are. Okay, and here is the relationship between what we need to differentiate and what we need to consider. We need to consider all these four factors to what the student's characteristics are, which are the readiness, the interest, and the learning profile. Okay, here we have a learning environment. This is an example of how a differentiated learning environment should look like. As you can see in this picture, different children are doing different work based on their learning style. You can see different students doing, someone is painting, someone is cutting, someone is drawing. So this is a typical example of a classroom that can bring out a beautiful product after your lesson. Okay, now we have the gifted differentiation. I call the special needs children the gifted. They are very sensitive and important. When preparing your lesson, you can put them in full consideration. The way they learn is different from the way others learn. So be sensitive to their learning timing and their learning interest. As you can see in this picture, we have some in groups and you have some sitting alone. They are very, very important in learning. Thank you very much for listening. I believe you've learned a little, and always subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Bye.